I'd say that the best teachers I've ever had in my life, outside of my parents, of course, would be the clients that we serve. I mean, I can't tell you the amount of stories that to this day just rock me to my core. Whereas, for example, this particular lady, she used to come into one of the day centers and no one believed her story at the time because it just seemed so irrational and kind of like far-fetched, right? And at the time, she had a twin sister who passed away over the 163 Balboa Bridge, and she was schizophrenic. So she would always come in and reference her sister, and people just thought she was delusional. And then one of her biggest barriers in entering housing was she needed a California state ID card. Now, so when her sister passed away, they listed the deceased sister on her death certificate. So here's a person trying to navigate herself and getting herself a brand new ID card, explaining all the time to the DMV, hey, that's not me, but she couldn't articulate herself correctly, or at the time was off her medication, and then would often get kicked out of the DMV, have to restart the process all over. And she was disheveled, didn't present very well, and people would just kind of dismiss her. So she came in, I was like, there has to be a little bit more to this. So I started digging in. Thankfully, the DMV sent down an investigator who looked into it, found out that everything she said was true. So I think there's so much to be said about believing in people and trusting them when they're saying, I need help, here's the why.
Right.
As irrational, even if we don't understand or we can't, particularly empathize, or, we don't even necessarily have to investigate all their story, but just believing people in their story and what they're asking us for.